we will start with oil. So obviously, the reason why energy prices are as strong as they are this morning is the news over the weekend that OPEC announced they would cut production by more than 1 million barrels per day, which came to many as a surprise. So there are a few questions that derives from that. The first one is, will the supply cut actually bring oil prices higher on a durable basis? We've seen those things in the past not necessarily have much of an impact. So is this time one of those occasions where the supply cut will have a lasting impact? Will this affect inflationary dynamics in advanced economies? And will this have an impact on the policy outlook is another question. There are more that we can discuss afterward, more geopolitics and things like that. But let's begin with the first question for Bob. Will the supply cut bring oil prices durably higher?
Is that for me, that you?
I think you're the only Bob on the line.
Oh, I didn't hear the Bob. Okay. Yeah, I think, relative to what we've been expecting, this makes the picture look more bullish. I would say, yeah, move higher. We're actually right now running our model to see what happens if we include the, the full, I think it's about 1.2 million barrels a day of cuts that were announced, going into the Joint Ministerial Monitoring Committee meeting yesterday and announced today. So I think, it has the chance to accelerate the move above $100 relative to what we were thinking. We didn't think we'd get there until the fourth quarter of this year. I think our expectation there is $104 per barrel by the fourth quarter of this year. My gut's telling me that we'll see that probably in the third quarter, maybe even toward the end of the second quarter. So we'll see. Second quarter is not a great demand time, but we'll see the end of refining maintenance, in next month. Demand will start picking up then, and then crude will start going down. And as refiners look to replace that crude that they're drawing down, that will really give a pretty good lift to demand overall. So that would take prices higher.
Okay, so my question here is that what's special about this cut? Is it just the size that is so large that increases your conviction that this will have a significant impact, a durable one too, on oil prices? Or is it also because of the Chinese demand that seems to be picking up and things like that?
I think there's two things that are really important here. Number one, it was preemptive, and that's somewhat problematic. We're putting out a special report today, or not a special report, and just an alert, talking about the possibility that OPEC, particularly Saudi, sees something the market doesn't see on the demand side. I don't think that's it. I don't think that they're seeing weaker demand than what we currently expect. I think what's going on here with this preemptive move led by Saudi is two things. They are letting you know that they are primarily looking out for their own interests now. There's no more consultation with the US over whether or not this is a good time to raise production or lower production, or there's no presumption that the president of the United States can get on the phone and tell the Saudi king, or now the crown prince, to raise production to bring down gasoline prices in America. I think those days are done. You're seeing the rest of the GCC fall in line with that way of thinking. And they're helped to a large degree by this growing rapprochement with China. And that will turn into an economic relationship, and that will turn into a transactional currency relationship in yuan. So there's a lot that's moving here that's, making this not like the oil market that we all grew up with. And that is going to continue. So, I think we just have to get ready or be prepared and not surprised, as we are not, truth be told, that the priority is their own economies and their own revenue, not making sure Americans don't pay more than $3